Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome you, dear. Hope that you are staying safe and this corona pandemic. Uh, by the grace of God, things have started getting well. Thank you very much, and we must thank to Allah for good conditions that we have started getting. All right. Um, you know that I have shared with you people today some stuff which is very, very important stuff, and since I am focused on your curriculum, so most of the topics which I have shared today, in brief, um, cover actually your core syllabus there. So I share with you people all the stuff in advance. I have shared with you people the best books, basically on psycholinguistic. So I have shared with you people the book of key terms in psycholinguistic as well. So wherever you get you get in trouble, you just go there to the key terms dictionary or that book which can help you there. And basically today, I'll in the coming lectures, I just gave you people the stuff that you must have downloaded right now, but I hope that you must have started reading those stuff. And one more thing I am telling you, that when I upload my videos actually on YouTube, you do not go there, you do not read them. So psycholinguistics is a very technical subject. I think you must go there, try to understand things, and if you try to understand, so this would be very good. Because if you don't try to understand things, and you do not listen to all lectures, so it would be very hard. So please, this is actually just a single page diagram and most theories of language acquisitions. But overall, I'm going to share with you people that what we normally studied actually in linguistics and psycholinguistic. You have to look at them. All right, I have shared with you people the basic common theories and psycholinguistics. And today I'm just trying to repeat, actually, to synchronize your previous knowledge with this particular diagram here. Because if you read again and again, I'm giving you assignment as well. You have to do the assignments, because assignments are based actually on my readings, because you are going to talk about these things in your exams. And now papers are not going to be set by us here, they'll be sent actually to the external. So it is best for you people to read, maximize your reading. All right, so I'm giving you the stuff, even the textbook which can help you there. You can, if you desire to study something in detail, in order to understand that in a best possible way, so just go there and you can find the detail. But I have shared with you people the stuff, I have searched them after great efforts. So please, you just go on there and try to listen to my videos and basically lectures, and even go through actually the stuff I have shared with you people there. All right, so please, I'm going to talk about theories of language acquisition. But before that, we are going to talk about this linguistics. Now you see there, so linguistic has time and again being discussed, and we call it scientific study of language. All right, this we have time and again we have actually discussed it. We call linguistics to be a scientific study of language, right? So then obviously the language, so linguistics, we call it scientific study of language. Then language, that obviously that's a very, very broader term which can further deals with these three things you see there, which has already been marked actually. A language is the name of three things, like we say form, all right, like we say meaning, and like we say context. So these three things combine and they make a language. All right. So then you have also studied in your previous semester, and you must have understood the concept of actually language very well. But just is a matter of just recapitulation. You see, I'm trying to refresh actually the ideas that lie in your mind regarding the language there. All right. Then we say that form. You see here, form. Actually, language forms basically deals, with obviously morphology, syntax, phonology, and phonetic. What does it mean? It means you see a form of language there. There is an obvious form there, right? Either in spoken form, right? This two phonology and phonetics, they deal actually with the spoken, the spoken form. What does it mean by the spoken form? For example, it mean that, for example, if somebody starts actually talking, when somebody start talking, all right. So at least you can hear, you can see physically the movements of his, lips, tongue, and actually you hear physical sounds there, right? So and it can also be actually in written form as well. All right. So for example, if somebody try to write something, so then you see the arrangement actually of words on a writing paper. So thus we can say that we literally we have a form of language that we can see or feel through actually spoken form or written form. So the spoken form, then further morphology, and I think you must have studied morphology, study of words. Different words or morphs, actually they combine together and they form actually the words, and the words are further actually used. There are certain processes actually for the formation of certain words in different languages, and English has got its own morphological rules and regulations, and mostly English is the most researched language. Therefore you can find some detailed discussions on morphological processes as well. So morphology helps you to understand how different words are formed actually, and there are different processes there, and I think which I have discussed at MPhil level there, but I think you must have gone through actually, because this is not the topic at this moment, but I'm just telling you in brief, in order to morphology deals with the formation of words. And similarly syntax means that how these words actually are combined to make certain sentences, and certain rules. Every language has got his own syntactic rules. So in a nutshell we can say that the language form, this form is actually language is basically formed by morphology, syntax, phonology, and phonetics. All right. Similarly, language is not enough with with form only, right? Because form can come into being, but it's not enough. So another very component of language, that is meaning. All right, because things are said and done for meaning. So if there is no meaning, if there is if there is lack of meaning, so the purpose of language is not fulfilled. So similarly, meaning is dealing actually in semantics and pragmatics. Well, semantics, this used to be the part of philosophy in some days, but later on the stress on meaning came, and thus semantics came to be called a separate field there, and it was also called to be the part of actually linguistics there. So in semantics we understand how does something mean. All right, so the meaning of meaning by Richards, all right, that's he talks about in that book about the meaning there. So all the expressions in all the things, they carry meaning. And but remember, sometimes meanings can be ambiguous, sometimes there can be double meanings, sometimes without context meanings cannot be clear. So therefore we basically you see here semantics and then pragmatics, they are very often used together, because sometimes something said actually in a context, right, it means something in a context, but it doesn't mean actually anything out of that context. So semantics and pragmatics, they are very independent and they are concomitant, they are very essential for one another. So in short we can say that semantics is the study of by meaning. All right, I'm trying to write this short word, you understand. So am I right for meaning? So semantic is used for meaning, but and then pragmatics actually meaning use of language in context, right? So ULC, we can say use of language in context. So the context is very important meaning, or we can say that pragmatics is the study of intending meaning. All right, intending meaning, that what does the context actually play a role in the expression of that particular expression. So I think you understand right now. And then we are going to talk about context. All right, language context is a very, very important role to play in language. So sometimes we have a social context, all right, like the social context you can see here, that of family and different things. Then we have a culture context, and indeed, all right. So mostly we share almost the same social things, and but like for example, culture is a broader term there, like which may let's say that Pashtuns actually they are Parda observing people. So mostly you can see Pashtun around this KP province, but some of the Pashtuns who actually are living in a certain social setup like urban setup, so they are not that much strict regarding the Parda, but still they do observe Parda. So their observing of Parda is a little bit different from the urban Pashtun people of Peshawar, all right, like other urban areas. And similarly historical context and political context we do have. So these contexts, for example, if you say if you ask somebody that what do you think about the historical context of Pakistani people, so people can come and they can tell you regarding Islam, how did actually Muslims come and how did Islam spread over here, then how was the society formed over here. And if you ask somebody about the political culture, so obviously you can be given a lot of detail regarding the political context there. All right. Similarly, psycholinguistic, basically in this particular in this particular lecture today, our focus is going to be this. I just said something regarding actually linguistics. I try to share with you people to refresh your memories regarding it. So psycholinguistic obviously is, I have said, and actually in the previous video lecture, that psycholinguistic basically deals language comprehensions, all right, how language is comprehended, how language is produced, all right, and second language acquisition, that how language is acquired actually. Acquired, second language is acquired, all right. So these three processes, in fact, they are very, very important actually for understanding one another. when language is produced, there are certain mechanism involved in the productions of language, but for is language production is essential, similar is the case with language comprehension. So both are very, very important. If language is produced, but if it is not comprehended, then the purpose is not fulfilled. And thus we also talk about second language acquisition, that how second language is actually acquired. So now we move on to language acquisition. This has also been discussed in the previous lecture, and I hope we will try to harp on the same string in order to concretize, in order to inculcate the concepts of psycholinguistic and its major concept to you people by studying and discussing them again and again with you people there. All right. Remember, I'll talk about different theories there regarding the second language acquisition in the coming lecture, and you must be tuned to them to understand, because they are very, very important, and I'll be talking inshallah about them as well. I'll talk about this behaviorism, which was actually highlighted by B.F. Skinner. All right, B.F. Skinner. All right. And then he used, and basically I'll talk about it in detail inshallah in the coming lecture, but mostly its focus was on the habits formations, rewards and extension, because most of the experiments were done on animals. So basically this he tries to hypothesize that actually similar habits in language can also help to learn the language. All right. And then we will be talking about cognitivism, Piaget basically, and he is even talks about different stages of this cognitivism, sensorio motor. He talks about it as well, pre-operational and concrete informer. I'll be talking about it as well. And then we talk about nativism. I think at this stage, these basic theories, they are, at least the names at this stage. The basic purpose of this lecture is to familiarize you with actually these familiar. One, we have behaviorism, cognitivism, nativism, and social interactionist. All right. So this Piaget, he has given his stages actually of this particular cognitivism, and then we have Chomsky, who has really revolutionized linguistics, and he is based actually on his theory of on universal grammar, setting the parameters and even the Broca areas, and he talks about these things there. And then we have social interactionist Vygotsky, who talks about the environment is a role to play there, and a zone of proximal development. So I'll be definitely talking about it, but at this stage you must try to remember that these four and some others will be discussed in the coming lecture, and you must remember them. So I hope that you are tuned actually to all these lectures in order to understand them. Hope you got it.